Hello and welcome to the TCF Morning Show. It is Tuesday, November 19th. We are joined for the first time by Pigoy, TCF Pigoy, at TCF Pigoy on Twitter, and back. Well, he was on the show yesterday with his Bumis Wacky Web Story, but back today is Boomy at BoomyTCF on Twitter. The main page is at @typical_Chicago on Twitter. We've been getting around to our Facebook Live show with the TCF Cave Talk, but with this show and everything, we've got a lot of content coming out, so we're just going to kind of see where that goes. Maybe we'll leave it for some maybe special events or whatever. But we're pretty much in this fully. So, and then on Instagram is Typical Chicago Fans. Also, thank you to our beautiful sponsors, The Muddy Otter. If you want to go on their Facebook page, The Muddy Otter, check it out on there. Their website is themuddyotter.com. If you want some beautiful handmade pottery, they live in the Lake of the Ozarks. It's where their little house is. It's a beautiful little house. It's a cute little house, is what I would say. I think that's what you would classify cute. And they have a little woodworking shop in their garage, it looks like, and they do all the stuff right there for you, personalized. Like I said, if you want to shoot Mitch a message or Hannah a message about what you would like on their stuff, like I said, Boomy's got their Twitter pulled up right there. If you want to check that out, they are, I mean, like I said, Mitch and Hannah are some of the nicest humans I've ever met in my life. So, Mitch from Paw Paw, Illinois, where I'm from, beautiful, that's where... Lovely people. We're actually, this is being recorded from right now, is Papa, Illinois. I actually went back. I went there tonight, went to Casey's. It's always weird because now that the high school is gone, it's just weird being there. Again, The Muddy Otter, thank you. We love you for your support. Just beautiful stuff going on there. And their logo is always above ours on the show. It is just a cute little logo. It's... A lot about the Muddy Otter is just cute, is what I would say.
That's a good point. Just very cute company.
Very cute company, just like me. Let's move on to our first topic. It's going on right now. Monday Night Football. We got Chargers, Chiefs. Kind of a weird game. Chiefs are up right now, I think 16 to... What did I just see it as?
They just scored.
Oh, 24-9.
Wow. 24-9.
I was
being played in Mexico City, though.
Mexico City. Patrick Mahomes on PMT had said that he thinks he could throw the ball maybe 100 yards in Mexico City with the air and everything. That's crazy, but I really do think
he threw it I think they hit it 70 yards in pregame. He just like 70 yards.
I can see that. I mean,
10,000 feet, I think, is the elevation there for God's.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
I'm being exaggerate, but still, I think it's got a higher elevation than Denver, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong, but
I think you're right.
It's pretty wild.
It is pretty wild. I mean, what was it? Last year got canceled, right?
Yeah, because the stadium is flooded from a concert that happened.
Oh, it was the concert.
That's what it was. It Shakira?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
It sounds like Soldier Field. Just we couldn't imagine that it would get torn up by all the concerts we have here.
Yeah,
that's always
what a concert.
It's like Wrigley Field sometimes too. They do that. It's kind of unbelievable. So,
where do you guys sit on things? I'm okay with a London game every once in a while, but
too many London games this year. It's a little outrageous, I would say.
I actually like the Mexico.
Give me one of each.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I would take one of each too. But I like one. We got, how about this? One London game where it's at noon. One London game that's 8:30 in the morning, and then that's it. That's all the London games we need.
Yeah,
because it would have been I think the Bears played at noon, which would have been a night game in London, and then they played an 8:00 game. So I think they kind of overdid it. But isn't it crazy that the NFL overdid something and they try to get more money out of it than they probably should have? Wild.
No, not those. Not those guys. The 8:30 a.m. our time London game once in a while. That's just something to wake up to.
Yeah.
I don't get to watch football from 8:30 to 10:30.
You said it's beautiful waking up on a Sunday morning, coffee, breakfast, and some football.
Football.
Yeah.
Usually not the best football, but it's football. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't disagree. It's not great, but
It's
hey,
like
I mean,
Bumi's thoughts on Thursday night football.
it's better than watching. Thursday. I mean, it's been better this year, but just historically, I've just not. And like I said, you'll have to see good games, but for the most part, it's not good.
Yeah, so Chiefs Chargers, a game that would probably have been a little bit more hyped at the beginning of the year. 6-4, 4-6.
Yeah.
Not where you really thought either of those teams would be right this second. But the Chiefs trending up. I think that the Chargers are trending down. I think. How much longer can Phil Rivers do this?
Last year, he's going to get his option declined. I think his time in Los Angeles is over. I don't know what Pigoy thinks, but that's just the way I look at it.
It's got to be.
He has these games where like and then he'll come out and he'll just play really, really well for like 2 games in a row, and then it was like, oh hey, he's got it, and then he just doesn't have it anymore.
It just looks like he's struggling out there too.
Those games that you talk about are getting fewer and far between, though. That's why I would not be surprised if you see Phillip Rivers retire after this year.
No, I wouldn't either. I could definitely see him retiring after this year. Let's move on. Bucks Bulls. Boomy just informed us. What was the score, Boomy?
115 to 101. The Bulls fall at home versus Milwaukee. It got close late and kind of fell apart. Giannis with 33, 10, and 3 steals.
Daniel Gafford back. I think he did a little bit of a stint in the G League for a little bit. Speaking of the G League, boys, we got Bull playing for the Windy City Bulls right now. A week from Friday. I'm not sure if Taco Fall still plays for the Celtics G League team, but the Bulls are playing that team. I think it's the Maine Crabs a week from Friday, at Rosemont, right? Rosemont.
Yep.
So
no, Hoffman Estates.
if you want to see a 7-4 and about 7-2, 7-3 guys.
No, I think it's like 7-7 and a 7-5.
Bull 7-7.
I thought Taco Fall was
Taco
7-7.
Fall is 7-7. That's unbelievable.
Pretty close.
Imagine being that tall. Like it would.
It must be an inconvenience to be that tall.
Be so.
Yeah.
Other than the 40 minutes a night you're playing basketball, it would be like, dang, this is a lot.
Well, didn't Taco Fall or somebody get hurt when they hit their head on a door frame last year in college basketball? I thought it was Taco Fall, but I could be wrong.
Well, that when the kids from Musart, the kids from the Sudan, they had to sit out a year when they came and played, or they came and they had to sit out for a year when they moved to Musart, and they were at the Pawpaw gym. And I was afraid that was going to happen to them because those doors aren't that tall. And they all had to duck. I mean, they're what? One of them 7. One of the guys was 7'2".
7'2".
One of the guys played for a team that made the tournament. I forget what team it was.
Yeah.
But it was like, I think it was like 7'2", 7 foot, and like 6'9", 6'10". And
yeah, they won a state taken away.
Did they?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Vacated for illegal recruiting.
I never knew that.
Yeah. It's been vacated.
Bulls box score check. Daniel Garrison on the Bulls above 20 points.
21 in 20 minutes of play tonight. Isn't that something?
And then there was only 3 other guys in double figures tonight.
Chris Dunn sucks ass.
Chris Dunn, 25 minutes, 8 points.
Jesus, he had less points than Ryan Arcidiacono. What are we doing here?
Jim Boylan's an idiot. Jim Boylan is an idiot.
Taylor Hutchinson, 7 points. Wendell Carter, 6. Lowry, 9.
Whoa, we have. Why not play all our players in our lineup? Why not? Why not do that?
Yeah. We gotta play all 15 guys every night. This is like we're playing an A and B game.
No kidding. We have guys on the roster I've never heard of. Kobe White only had 13. Ryan Arcidiacono was the 3rd leading scorer.
Look at the minutes distribution for that whole team though.
Yeah.
Nobody got over 30.
No one had over 30, and only one person that played had under 20. and that was Thomas Satorantin. What are we doing here? You're never going to beat the Bucks playing like that. I mean, if 9 and Chandler Hudgens is going to have 7 and Wendell Carter's going to have 6 and Thomas Satorantin, you're not going to beat anybody, let alone the Bucks, who are one of the better teams in the East. That's trash.
You know what we need to do? We need to move on because that's just depressing. I'm tired of being depressed by my teams. All my teams are depressing me. I haven't had, other than this Blackhawks little run here, I haven't had a good time with my favorite teams in a long time. Long time. Cubs.
Plenty of time to join the Packers or the Vikings. They're both playing better.
I'd rather not. I'd rather not do that. But let's move on to our next. Oh, went to the wrong topic there. Oh, I know I shouldn't have done that. The Astros.
Well,
the Astros, boys, caught cheating again.
They can't get out of their own way.
No,
we'll show the picture. We're gonna show the pictures right here.
It's hilarious.
They have a picture of I think they had like a little documentary they did when they won the 2017 World Series. There was like a towel and there was like a little table and there had noticeably been a guy who had been sitting there eating a lot of seeds, spitting out seeds for a while. And then there's another picture that somebody had found, and there was a big monitor sitting there, and a guy was kind of sitting there, and it looks like they were kind of getting calls and then just making the noises for whoever was in the dugout to relay to that. I mean, that's insane.
What I saw in that picture was the garbage can sitting there, so maybe they were hitting on that garbage can in there. That's the sound.
Because they had like 3 towels or something sitting there.
It's like you saw the whole video setup, and then the garbage can and picture when they took the TV away. It's like it's so obvious.
It really is. Detailed it.
Oh my god, it's like they almost didn't try to hide it enough though either. They're just like, well, we don't give a fuck. We're gonna just do it, and if we get caught, we get caught.
It's the electronics that really just annoy me.
I agree. I was actually talking about this the other night, and I said, what do you do about this? Like, if you're Rob Manfred, what do you do? And he brought up a good point that I was curious to what you guys thought. What he'd be given as close to an SMU death penalty as possible. Now, obviously, you can't kick them out of Major League Baseball, but you make them go a full year without a draft pick. You need supplementary picks. You limit the amount of I'm trying to think of the right word. Foreign can do. What do you guys like? Is that acceptable? Is that you guys think that's a good way to look at this?
I would have to say, if you really want to hurt the players, you would take the World Series away because I mean that means the world.
You're never going to do that.
I mean if you're going to do what you just said, I think you could just as much do that. I mean, it's not like you're not going to crown another champion, but you can pretty much just kind of put an asterisk next to it because, like you said, we caught you cheating during this season. I think what you said would hurt the organization more, and what I said would hurt the players more.
Right, and I agree with the players need to be punished, but at the same time, this is an organizational thing. This is not the first time the Astros have been involved in. They're the organization, the reason that no other organization's coaches can wear eye watches, signs on eye watches.
The Red Sox did that.
The Astros were doing it too.
The Red Sox have also done that. Even at that, that's still whatever. But to do what they did with the cameras and literally live stream updates for right away to know what pitches were going on, that's what I'm saying. I think either of what we said could happen.
Yeah, I just think I'd rather have them go after the organization because the organization at the end of the day is the one that should be held accountable.
You say that, but there were players that were getting fed the calls that were doing it too. I mean, they could have easily said no. Maybe they could have outed the team throughout the whole process. So I'm not going to say that the players aren't also at fault for what happened too.
Right. No, I think it's shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Though, I've been hearing that a lot. It's like, oh, the Astros. I'm like, these are grown men playing a sport. If they didn't like the whole system and they thought this cheating was wrong, then they would have said something throughout the 2017 season.
Right. Everybody knew better, but it was probably a top-down order where it's like, well, we can't just not go with this. So
hey, we're doing this. What are you going to do? Tell tell AJ.
No, I don't want to cheat.
We're
It'll
not.
be like the guy from the State Farm commercial, be like, coach, this isn't right. Like, no, this is for
No,
World
but
Series.
you're
Like, we're gonna do
also
it.
like some of the best players in the league, Jose Altuve, all those guys. If they had a problem with it, they were not going to be afraid that their team was going to. I mean, if there was like a whole baseball rules, unwritten rules, and you guys were following it, that they would have done something.
Right.
So on to Bumi's next new phone, the Motorola
My old phone.
Razr is back. It's back. It's much more like new modern stuff, but it's still got that flip phone aspect where I just think I could break that thing in 2 seconds. Snap it right now.
I said this in a group message earlier. I'm going to get one, but I am not getting the first gen one.
No.
There's no way, because that thing is breaking immediately.
Oh, and it's $1,500.
Well, I mean, that's actually not that crazy of a running price for phones nowadays.
I mean, that's for. It's just they're just trying to get me on the gimmick of the old Razr. Is why is that.
But I can't wait till I get done. Like when Zach calls me when I'm ready for bed and I'm so tired, I get to flip it shut. Back in the old days, I missed
Remember how cool it was when you had the one finger and you like flipped it open and you felt like so badass.
What was that phone?
So
it was like the chocolate, the one where you could flip it up, and like their keyboard was there. I think that's much cooler than the old flip phones.
The old sidekicks, the T-Mobile sidekick were the coolest.
Those were so. I mean, what they could do with that is cool.
Yeah, the full keyboard when you slid it up.
Boys, I'm going to be getting one of these, but I am most certainly not getting the first gen one because there's no way that screen's not going to break immediately.
You know, I was earlier, and I'm going to go to my parents' house, and I'm going to find my old Razr.
Yeah.
I'm just going to bring that. Like I was 5 years ago, and it still freaking worked.
Yes.
So like, well, it still probably has to work now. Like,
oh yeah.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to bring it back.
This was probably even more than that. This was probably like 7-8 years ago. I had ruined one of my phones. I think I was power and it got ruined. But just to get me through, I found my old Razr in a drawer and plugged it in for an hour. And sure enough, like you said, it fired. I put the SIM card in, and sure as hell it worked.
You left it at home when you're at school, and you came back, and boom, there it was.
Fully charged.
Love it. Love it.
The best phone ever made.
Before we end the show with Bumi's Wacky Web Stories, I gotta get into this real quick. I think this is kind of interesting. The MLB is looking to eliminate, was it 45 minor league teams? 42. And
I hate this.
I looked up some articles, and it's not really the fact that they're eliminating teams. It's kind of breaking up the whole, like, there's a lot of little hometown teams, kind of like like a Peoria Chiefs little area team, and it's just kind of that's kind of the Peoria Chiefs is a bad example because the Peoria doesn't like really feed off of the Peoria Chiefs because they got a lot more going on. But little towns that like
Beloit, the Beloit Snappers or the Clinton Lumber King,
that kind of have a nice little community for the team. They kind of build the community is kind of like big fans of the team, and there's a lot of work throughout the community, and that's going to be eliminated. And that's kind of what people are mad about. They're not really mad about there's so many minor league baseball teams. That's not really the thing. It's the experience that people may lose by these teams getting eliminated.
Yeah, I hate this. And we've talked about this on all of our shows we've ever done. I'm a big, big diehard minor league baseball fan. I love going to the stadiums. Anywhere, it doesn't matter. I've been to all of them around here. I hate that they're getting rid of 40-plus teams. That's a travesty. Baseball is what it is today because of the minor league system. I think it's disgusting.
Yeah, it's stupid. We might, if this actually goes through, we may have to get your dad on to talk about it because I could see him being furious.
He will go off on this.
Pigoy, you went to some? Would this be like a Kane County Cougars kind of team too, or is that?
Yeah.
What is your thoughts, Pigoy?
Kane teams like all those fun low minor league baseball teams you go see like the experience is awesome. Like I'm looking at some of these teams, like we got the Pensacola Blue Wahoos, the Tri-City Valley Cats, Spinners, the Calgary Cannons.
Is it the list of teams that might be eliminated?
No, I'm just looking. I just Googled.
There is a list, and it's kind of
minor league baseball team names.
Yeah, that is.
There's like a Trash Pandas team, like.
Actually, right here. I think this is a single A. So
it'd be low A.
Yeah, it's the Orioles.
Yeah,
the Orioles single A team.
And I think what I understand from the release is that they would basically eliminating all of low A baseball and parts of like rookie league stuff. So that and low A baseball is what we're talking about. Peoria Chiefs, the Clinton Lumber Kings, the South Bend Cubs, like that.
On a different note, would that change? Would that eliminate a lot of the spots in the draft?
Yeah, I think so.
Because that would have to, because there wouldn't be enough teams for it.
Yeah, I think you'd see.
Maybe that's kind of where Rob Manfred's trying to go towards, less draft picks.
Yeah, I don't like this.
I don't like it either. I think it's stupid.
Like this is a trip that like you guys summer and like it's a trip that we take, like, go see a cheap baseball game and have some cheap beers and cheap hot dogs and stuff like that. Like it's a cool experience, and I don't think you should rob the fans of like, just because you want to save a couple bucks, like, here, let's take away all these players and all these potential picks. Like, I think,
well, even like the Riverhawks, they have like they used to have the Bat Kids or the fun stuff that minor league teams have on the field. It would just be it would suck that you would lose that, but I guess it's not up to us. But
I completely understand if these teams are hemorrhaging money, then sure, I get it, but I don't think that's the case.
I don't think Major League Baseball should. I mean, it's not like they're staying in nice hotels. They say the minor league life is tough. It's not like they're spending crazy amounts of money.
I think a lot of this is just a response to the backlash that they're getting. Remember when the baseball player in August posted that on social media that he only made like $10,000 last year?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. I mean, if you want to have this many teams, you got to know that people who are playing at the lowest level aren't going to be paid crazy. And I think people do understand that. And if that's what they're trying to go off of, I would say it's kind of soft, because, I mean, people have always said stuff about how minor leaguers, you don't get paid a lot. It's about the experience, whatever. But I think if that's what they're trying to go away from, I think that's just kind of soft of Major League Baseball.
I agree. I'm with you, man.
You guys want to talk about, minor league baseball teams having it rough on the road? Like, I'm sure Boomy has stayed in much worse hotels than baseball players.
Oh, you should have put that place in Green Bay. You should have seen that place. My goodness. Well,
that place was a haven.
Speaking of that, hey, this is going to affect our trip this summer that we're going to be planning, but we are going to be going to some of the what is it called, Boomy?
Wisconsin State League.
We're going to try and hit them up.
Every stadium.
We made a little video for the Sheboygan A's. I actually tweeted that video out not long ago. They retweeted it. So I think if we're going to get it all set up in a way where maybe we'll know when we'll be there, so we can get in contact with some of these teams. I'm actually very excited about that. I think we'll get some really cool content, some maybe behind-the-scenes stuff. But Boomy, let's get on to it. The last segment of every show, Bumis Web Stories. Pigoy, this is your first time, so let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes.
Big fan of it.
All right, guys, we got a sad one today. No. We got not really sad, depends on the way you look at it, I guess. A 14-year-old boy in jolly old England will not get to spend his Christmas at home. Why, you ask? Well, because this kid's going to juvie for absolutely terrorizing and destroying his local Burger King. Linton Knight was barred from the fast food restaurant and 2 other shopping centers in his community hub because he just basically goes in there and just rips these places up. A complete disregard.
Did they do something to him?
Orders.
Like not make his food the right way?
No, a turd and just goes in and just causes an absolute pandemonium in these Burger King restaurants.
Unbelievable.
What was his name?
In juvie for the next 2 months. He will not get to stay at home for Christmas, and he's banned from Burger King without a foreseeable future.
Well, I would think that would be.
What was his name?
Boom, we got a name.
What was the kid's name?
name was, again, he's from England. His name is Kenton Knight.
That's just. It sounds like an asshole to rip up a fast food restaurant.
Kids, it just feels like someone just hasn't been told no a lot, so he just went to the local Burger King and just beat the piss out of some stuff.
All all the McDonald's and the Wendy's are probably in the hot seat over there.
Yes.
Still deal with this asshole. I'm gonna rip up a restaurant.
Maybe he ate an Impossible Burger. That would definitely make me want to terrorize the place after eating one of those, because that is bad.
Oh, and this kid has had restraining orders from King as well, but he just refuses to abide by them.
He
and
just
goes
loves
back
going in and just tearing up and just.
He's against the king.
What? Maybe he is the king.
Maybe he thinks he is the Burger King and that they're stealing from him.
Show him who the alpha is.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of like that. I respect.
All right, boys. So this has been the TCF Morning Show, Tuesday, November 19th. Thank you to Pigoy for joining us here on his first show. If you want to follow him on Twitter, it's at TCFPgoy. If you ever looking for some horse picks, go to him. He loves betting the ponies. And if you want to catch him on the Moneyline podcast, we have his little gambling spot at the. I'm going to put it at the end of every show now, because putting in the middle is kind of confusing for people. So we're going to put it at the end of every show. The beautiful those trombones are beautiful at the beginning of that. Is that trombones or trumpet?
Generally bugles.
Bugle. So we're all wrong.
Hit my music. Music.
I'm not a big fan of bugles, actually.
I just had some bugles today.
Ick. Gross.
They are pretty solid.
No. If you want to follow Boomy for his bad takes, it's at BoomyTCF on Twitter. The main page is at typical_Chicago. That's rude. Thank you to our right before I'm about to talk about our nice sponsors.
Wow. You started it. You said I have bad takes.
What a team player here. If you're a nice person, unlike Boomy, go to the Muddy Otter, www. I'm going to keep doing that. www.themuddyotter.com. Do people still do the www? I feel like that's out of date.
So. It is out of date. Like, my parents definitely do it.
Oh, yeah. When was the last time your dad was, I guess, at school on a computer?
My dad's on his phone all the time, so.
Was it Trivia Crack?
Trivia Crack.
He's had to play over 1 million games of Trivia Crack.
I'm going to get his phone one day. He's definitely played over 1 million games on Trivia Crack.
Well, the Muddy Otter, they have beautiful handmade pottery made from their garage in the Lake of the Ozarks. They are a married couple who got this. They made this together. They're both creative people. Mitch has always been a creative person, and they put this together. They make these handmade stuff. It's pottery and wood. They're into woodworking too. If you want to go to their website, it's themuddyotter.com. If you want to go to their Facebook page, it's The Muddy Otter. They also have an Instagram page. Boomy always throws up there with all their stuff on there. So go check that out. Again, thank you for listening to the TCF Morning Show. Tuesday, November 19th. We love you all.
Have a good day.
Peace.